No Cap Sports Talk. I got my man Jaylin Vaughn in the house. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing good, Coach. Man, good to see you.
Good
It's
to
been
see
a
you,
minute,
man.
man.
All right, we're gonna give a shout out to Hustling Heart for letting us use the facility today.
Yeah.
As you see, Athletic Department of Hustling Heart 5P. Shout out to them guys, man. But this is a part two show today. My man Jay, tell her what you got going on, man.
Man, I'm just grinding it out, man. I'm going to my senior season up at Quincy University. It's in Quincy, Illinois. But I'm cutting weight. I'm trying to get down, 285. I'm at 289 now. Started at 313. And, just grinding this thing out. Been working on my footwork, all that. Just trying to have the best senior season I can.
So what position you play up there? What you play?
At first I was playing interior D line, and now I'm moving to the edge. I'm gonna be playing some DN, and I'll probably play a little interior too.
Okay. So this is your second year up at Quincy.
Yes.
So let's talk about your journey to getting to Quincy. How was that for you? Your college football journey. It's a good story. People need to hear it, man. It's motivating some of these guys that's out here trying to figure it out, and it's not an easy path the way they think it is. So, I wanted to be honest and tell us about that a little bit about your journey.
Yeah. So, with my story, it's definitely a crazy one. Out of high school, first of all, in high school, I was a knucklehead. Couldn't take care of the grades, and so feeding off that, my football career was not getting off to a hot start. I committed to go to Washburn University. Get a call from them before I'm supposed to report to fall camp.
Okay.
Day before I was supposed to go to fall camp, they tell me, hey, you're not eligible to play football or receive your scholarship.
Oh, wow.
And my parents weren't really on board with the whole Juco idea at first. Wasn't a whole lot. There wasn't a whole lot of
opportunity for you.
I mean, there was opportunity. It just wasn't like they didn't know much about it.
That's true.
And
the Juco's changed over the time.
Oh, definitely. And then Last Chance U, I thought it was a great, you see this stuff and it gives you another opportunity.
Okay.
My parents thought, that was he wants to be on Netflix. He wants to do all this and that. But that was really where I started. So I went up to Washburn for a semester, came back home, sat around. I was bumming, not doing much.
That's tough, man. That's
ended up working for it was definitely not that fun. But, I ended up sitting around for, about a year and a half, just working, doing stuff. And then moved back in with my parents, start getting close to my dad, you know what I mean? Just start going to the gym with him and his friends about 4 times a week. And I'm starting to see some gains and I'm feeling strong. I'm like, man, every time I'm at the gym, somebody's asking me if I still play football.
So how long did you sit out? Was it before you went to the next step?
I got up to Washburn about 2019.
Okay.
Then COVID happened when I was coming back from winter break that year. And so I just sat out and then I got back. I think I got up to Ellsworth in 2022. So about a year and a half, almost 2.
Without playing any football?
Without any football, I was sitting around.
Okay.
Then I started working out for about 6 months, and then I was like, man, I really think I can play football still. And so I hit every JUCO up in the United States on Twitter. I went on Google. I'm looking up all the schools. I'm going to find every coach.
So you hustling this information by yourself, with your huddle film? And
this is all me. And then I reached out to a couple old coaches, Derek Miller and Coach Fred. They both hooked me up with a couple coaches. Wasn't the right fit because I wasn't looking to take out a whole lot of money to play.
Makes sense.
Just couldn't afford to,
Yeah, understood.
And so I ended up going to Ellsworth Community College in Iowa, Iowa Falls, and I will say it's not the greatest town. It's super small,
right?
From
what you used to,
right? Right. From around here, small town, and then the team wasn't very good. There wasn't a great culture. We had a lot of great players, and we ended up. I know my last year there, we ended up with a great D-line coach.
Okay.
He really helped transform me, being a better D-lineman, really, and just a better person.
Because you never played D-line before, right?
No, because high school I played running back and linebacker.
Okay.
And so it was definitely a switch. It was definitely helpful to be an athlete, but at the same time, having to work my hands in the trenches every day, it was definitely different.
Yeah, that you got your hand in the dirt.
Oh yeah, no, it changed the game.
Okay.
But so I get up there and I was gonna play my first year when I got down there, and I had to appeal to Washburn because Washburn gave me like a whole semester of Fs because I didn't withdraw from my classes that I registered for. But
Makes sense.
if you don't go to any classes, like for the first 2 weeks, you're supposed to get dropped.
Yeah, withdraw.
Yeah. But I did like, uh, I left the school and I let them know because I like for you to leave the dorms, you had to write a letter and all this other stuff. So I let them know I was going to be gone. I wasn't coming back to like school. So I didn't know at the time that I needed to withdraw from classes. So I had a whole semester of Fs. And
man, that's tough.
So yeah, it definitely. So I ended up not being eligible my first year at Juco. So that was like another thing.
Now listen, this is no cap. That struggle you listen, that's just the beginning of the story. So understand, guys, is how important it is to make sure you communicate and have your grades right and follow the right protocol when you're trying to play football. Just can't play football. All right, go ahead, Jay.
Right. No, that's definitely right. Like that's definitely something I always preach to anybody who wants to talk to me and ask like anything about football. The first thing I talk to them about is their grades because you can't go anywhere, do anything without grades. And I mean, it just won't happen.
It's a fact.
But so yeah, I get up there first semester, can't play. So I'm kind of down in the dumps because I'm like, man, I really just grinded this whole thing out. Now I'm 6 hours away from my family. At the time, I didn't have a car, so I put everything into going there.
Tough.
And so I'm like 6 hours away from my family. I'm just struggling, middle of nowhere in Iowa. But, I'm getting through it. And so I finally pushed through it. First semester, get it over with. Spring ball is crazy. Our head coach leaves. So we don't have a head coach. We don't have a D-line coach. We probably have like 4 coaches, and one of them's a volunteer just from the community.
Wow.
So it's that Juco trench life because I'll tell y'all another time about, the facilities. But
this is just the basics right now.
Yeah, so we're down on coaches. So we're not even practicing together as a team yet. For for half of spring ball, we're going in 2 sections because we don't have enough coaches to coach all of us.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So it was crazy. But I had a great spring ball. I was playing 3-tech, and I was like where I fell in love on the D-line. I liked having that one-on-one with the guard, and I get a double team. I'm not really worried about it, and I can affect the run. So I was having a good time with that. I had a great spring ball. Get through that. Then we get to the fall. I had a decent fall. We got a new D-line coach, Coach Enoch Smith. He's doing big stuff in Chicago, Illinois. He runs. He's got his own business. Starts up front.
Okay,
it's great for O-line and D-line because you see a lot of 7-on-7 for these young guys. All the skills, but you don't see anything for the big guys. So the big guys just sitting around. Maybe they'll go to a trainer. Maybe they won't.
Right.
But he's a trainer, and he's got a 5-on-5 team. So like you go 5-on-5 in the trenches.
Oh wow, that's tough.
And it's nice. It's good.
Like that.
Get your footwork right and get your hands right. Yeah. I mean, you're not gonna bull rush somebody every time.
Exactly.
And so he gets you right with that.
So it's back to technique.
Yeah. So we get him, and it's like a culture shift over there. Like now he's like, oh, you can't cuss. You can't do this.
Now he wasn't your head coach. Though,
no,
right?
Just the D-line coach. So our D coordinator ended up being our head coach.
Okay.
And so we played in the Jayhawk conference, and that is probably the best JUCO conference there is in the nation.
Yeah.
And so we're seeing Hutchinson, Indy, Garden City, just really all these big teams. Iowa Western.
Yeah.
And I will say we're probably one of the we were probably the worst team in that conference. Probably should have won a few games.
Yeah.
But we just couldn't.
So you guys didn't win.
No, I went 0-11. That was my first time
in your life. I already know.
Oh yeah, because we lost 6 up here my whole freshman through senior year. Yeah, we lost 6 games, and I lost probably like 4 in Little League.
Right.
So I lost more games in that season than I have in my life.
Okay.
And so it was just a huge culture shock.
Man, that had to shock your whole system. Man. You already up there, no car, living in a bad situation, a bad team. So understand, you really love football.
Oh
so
yeah, no,
you doing this all for like education in football. So that's you banging it out. That's
okay. That's the biggest thing because people don't understand. Like you have to push through stuff. Nothing's gonna be easy. And the only reason it looks like some people have easy paths is because they do the work behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like I'll take Kyron Williams for an example. I remember I used to look at him like, man, this dude, he got everything right. You know what I mean? He's going to Notre Dame. He's playing running back. He's having a great time in life. Kyron graduated early from high school so he could get up there a semester early.
Sacrifice.
you sacrifice different things. It's all different. You're either gonna sacrifice now, you're gonna sacrifice later.
At some point, what I
I
just
had to
tell
do
you
it
guys,
later.
you're gonna lift to get lifted.
Oh yeah.
Period. You're gonna
Yep.
work hard, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I have a good fall. I have a few offers, some D1s. I have a few D2s, and I really kind of narrowed it down to Ball State and Quincy University.
Mm-hmm.
But I went up to Quincy, and the coaching staff was very welcoming.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it was only an hour and a half away from home.
Understood.
And then they had a guy who BJ Wilson.
Okay.
He was a prospect go to the NFL, and so I'm like, well, they're getting enough attention. But my biggest thing was the coaching because I had such a rough time with it at Ellsworth.
Yeah, you just wanted somewhere that felt comfortable to you,
right,
at that point. Yeah.
Right, and so Coach Bass, great head coach, great guy. I ended up committing to Quincy.
Okay.
But I will say something about Coach Bass. That's my dog. He reminds me a lot of Coach Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh man,
shout out, Coach.
Oh yeah, shout out to you, Coop. But man, he's probably about a 6-foot version of Coop, and he got a Southern accent. That's about the only difference. Those guys are hilarious, but they really make it feel like family, and that's a huge deal to me now.
Good.
But so I get up to Quincy. Turns out when I was at Ellsworth, they kept telling me I had jumper's knee and stuff like that, and I kept thinking like, oh, just arthritis or whatever, like tendonitis.
Okay.
Because that's what the trainers kept telling me up there. I get up to Quincy. It's still aching me, whatever.
It's your knee, right?
Yes, my left knee.
Okay.
And so it's all good. But then one day at practice, I'm going against some dude. Just like I hear like a pop, all crazy, and I felt it. Couldn't really walk right. Turns out I tore my meniscus real bad, and he's like, I went to the doctor, and he's like, because at first the team doctor didn't want to give me MRI.
Wow.
So I had to go. Me and the trainer had to fight him on that, and I finally.
This at Quincy.
This is at Quincy.
So understand, it's still a battle, guys.
Oh yeah, no matter where you go, if it's little league, high school, college, NFL, people are gonna fight you over your injuries, and it's nothing personal, but they're just trying to get you to push through it, whether it's mentally, if it's their own agenda, or if it is just for the betterment of you. Because sometimes you do have to push through. Like I had a few nicks and bruises that I probably could have sat out for at Ellsworth, but I was like, I gotta get out.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting out in the games.
So this one ended up.
Yeah, I actually tore it really good. And so I ended up getting surgery on it in the summer. And there's 2 surgeries I could have done. I could have done one where they just kind of shaved it down, but I would have guaranteed need like a knee replacement eventually, like probably like 40s, but I would have arthritis in my 30s.
Wow.
Just didn't seem worth it to me. I mean, it is to a certain, like if that was my only option to play football, then I would have done it.
Okay.
But like, or they could repair it. I got to repair it, but it took me a lot longer. So I was back here the whole summer rehabbing, and I didn't get cleared till about week 2 or 3 of the season. And so, I was kind of struggling with that. We had a stacked D-line, a lot of guys who have been there for a while, understood the defense.
Yeah.
And so it was a struggle season, but towards the end of the season, I finally started to get comfortable with my knee again.
Okay.
And really just got back in the mix of playing, start making some plays. Pull some in my back, of course, just being out of shape for so long.
Yeah.
But so I end the season like that pretty much, and which sucked. But
that was your first year at Quincy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so after that, we're leaving to go for winter break, and our head coach, Coach Bass, ends up leaving. And so, it was like, dang, like I don't really know what to do. Like he waited until like we were all gone, and we just get a text about it. I'm like, man, like.
Now here we go.
Yeah, so now we're like waiting to find out who the head coach is gonna be.
Yeah,
and then we get a guy from Truman State.
Okay,
he's in the same GLVC.
Yes,
conference.
Okay,
and so great guy. He's complete flip flop. So Bass is gonna hug you, tell you he loves you, be there for you. I was like, Kilday, cold as ice, baby. Oh yeah, that's my dog. Shout out to Coach Kilday, but. Different. No, cold as ice.
Okay.
But great coach. Great guy. He does care about you. He just isn't one. He's not going to hug you. He's not going to give you a kiss. Oh, I love you. All that other stuff.
It's business.
Right, business. Yeah. He's going to take care of you. He's going to make sure. Man. And he wants you to be set up for the future. That's what it is.
Okay.
Good. It's not like he's going to, give you he's going to give you chances.
Okay.
Like he's not just so cutthroat like that. But, it's just complete flip-flop. And so the culture had to change. But because I would say on Quincy, we only won 6-4 my first season with my knee messed up.
Right.
But
it went 0-11.
Yeah, no, it was definitely better.
Right.
But we definitely should have won probably at least 3 more games that year.
Okay.
But the culture just wasn't quite there yet. But we definitely had better athletes. I will say that. Nice. And so like that was definitely like a weird position for me.
Okay.
And so we get to this new coach, Coach Kilday, and he comes in the spring and he's telling us he means business. He's not playing. He's taking people's money. He's telling you he's gonna take your money. Like, I'm gonna take your money. Show me what I need to see. And so, first couple of days, he's kind of like challenging me, testing me. I'm like, I don't even know I ain't do nothing. Right. I'm on point. And so, in the weight, it started off in the weight room. I'm doing we're doing 1 arm incline bench.
Okay.
With the what is it? Dumbbells.
Okay.
And so I have 90s, and he's telling me to fully lock out. I'm like, I am, but I'm not gonna tell him that because that's a good way to get in trouble.
Exactly.
So I just start overly doing it. So then I go grab the biggest weights, which I think is 110.
Okay.
And I'm talking to him while I'm doing it now.
Okay.
I'm like, oh yeah, you probably know my boy Ulysses Ross. He Fort Zuma West kid.
Okay.
Up at Truman.
Shout out.
And he's like, oh yeah, I know him. But I could tell he's like, oh, you think you that guy over there talking with all that weight. And so after that, it kind of set the tone. Now he's looking for me. Now he's gonna try to get me. And
well, you put that pressure on yourself.
Oh yeah, no, I like it. I play better like that.
Yes, indeed.
And so his biggest things are know what you're doing and play hard.
Right.
Simple. That's all I grew up with. You know what I mean?
Come on.
North, that's all you have to do. Do your job.
Do your job. Period.
DYJ.
That's it.
But yeah, so have a great spring ball with him because I'm hustling all the time. I'm doing whatever it takes.
Okay.
And so we had a good year like that, or a good spring. Then this past season, I ended up being second team all conference.
Okay.
Playing interior D line, so it was pretty solid season for me. But I had a good season.
You did make all conference. That's good.
I did, yeah. No, I want that first team, but I'm gonna get it this year.
Let's go.
Because switching out the DN, so that helped with my stats. But definitely preparing myself more.
We'll have a good summer. We'll train hard.
Oh yeah,
we'll see you.
I'll see you July. I'll be all here July.
All right, let's get it.
But yeah, had a great season. Now we're in spring ball now, and now it's more of a emphasis. I'm still getting better.
Okay.
Perfecting my craft because we have a new defense coordinator, but we run a similar system scheme. Okay. But just some little tweaks and stuff like that.
So now it's just basically you getting yourself together personally for the game.
Right. And then the other thing is I'm trying to be a better leader.
There we go.
Because I will say, Fort Zuma North, I think athletically I did my thing. I could have done better. Yes. But I think I did a solid job. I did a great job up there. But looking back, I didn't contribute to the program with a leadership.
A lot of guys think, you lead with your play, and I get it, but everybody can't be taught quiet. You know what I mean? Right. If that was the case, we wouldn't need a preacher to preach to us, and we just go read the Bible and try to get understanding. Right. In my opinion. So I think leadership is huge.
It is huge because I look back, that 2020 team you guys had. Yeah. Crazy team. Yep. Isaiah Hartrip, Cairo Payne, Chris Futrell, some huge names in North. Obviously, I know not everybody knows these guys, but these are some dogs.
And we lost in the semis.
I was at that game.
Yeah.
And I just look back and I'm like, man, what kind of leadership did I leave behind? I wasn't leading Max. I was out there clowning with Max.
The year we went to state?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't being a great leader, and I didn't leave anything for the culture. I didn't, because I know when I got there, the expectation, Daisy, Tay, and that whole senior class when I was a freshman, it was expectation. You guys ran it for sure. Yeah. But they were running it.
Right, exactly.
It was player-led, and then next year it's Cade and his crew, and then next year it was Marion and his crew.
Yes.
You got Marion, King, Kadir. That's a huge group. Jack Ederer. Yeah. And so then you come in 2019.
And that's the reason why we was in the state finals, semi.
Right.
And we kind of losing that leadership as well. I'm still at North now, but that's huge, man. We need local leaders.
And that's something I look back on now because I look at North now and I think we have some great athletes, but I also see we're young. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't see the culture anymore because that North culture, we had a few guys come from East, from South, try to come, they're going to try to come here, so they come up to camp, and oh, you guys move different. Yeah. You guys condition every day. And we're not just over here like, oh, let's jog a couple laps. Like, no, we run pyramids. We're doing 3/4 gassers every day,
Everything.
40/40s, whatever.
Track workouts.
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to be out there dying. But I look at it now and it's like, obviously you have to change with the times. Kids are different.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't see some of the culture like player led. And I felt like that was kind of on me because I definitely saw it drop off.
Yes.
After me. And I saw Isaiah and Cairo, they were great athletes, great players. I wasn't there at practice.
Right.
But I'm assuming they were pretty decent
They're
leaders.
just not vocal leaders.
Right.
So I said.
And that's what I'm saying. I think I kind of kicked that off. Like, I'm not a vocal leader.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you my play. And I had a bad attitude. So it was like, the only time I'm going to talk to you is like, when things aren't going, I'm like, hey, man, we got to step up.
Exactly.
And that's not good.
Right.
And so.
You're only going to be as good as your best player.
Right.
And that, for the most part, or your leader, your top guys in the locker room. The coaches can only do so much.
Right.
They're going to follow the lead of the guys in the locker room.
Right.
And that's what it is. So.
But yeah. So, I mean, that's my biggest focus is this spring is become a better athlete and like get myself ready so I can go that next level if I want to. Like, I definitely want to if I can.
Right.
So I'm getting myself ready for that, just to have a great season. But at the same time, I'm preparing myself to be a better leader every day. And I'm trying to lead these young guys and make sure they're like on the right path. And I want to leave something behind, and whether it's for the whole team of Quincy or just my D-line room.
Yes.
They're going to be set up for the future. They're going to have a culture of hard work, have fun. Like, you know me, I'm a big clown, joke all the time, but
business is business.
Business is business.
When it's time to
this
show
is time
out.
and place.
There we go.
And so that's just.
Well, you're much mature, man. I like the path that you've taken, and it's not an easy path. Yeah. So you thinking everybody want to play football, it's more than just quit looking at the top guys. It's a lot of stories that go from the bottom and grind up to the top. It's a lot of stories like that. And if I'm a guy that want to play college football, I'm going to be looking at those stories. So when it get hard, I have some inspiration to try to get better. You know what I mean? So I don't give up. So some guys, if it ain't right to them, hand it to them, they ready to give up.
Yeah, and that's just not the real world. You know what I mean? Because I grew up in that era too. You know, like Instagram. I'm looking on Instagram. There's kids, and I mean, it's probably just edits, but there's a kid in the bathtub, and he's got a full bathtub full of D1 letters.
Man,
and he's just sitting there. I was like, yeah, that's what I want. I'm like 7th grade, 8th grade. That's gonna be me.
He probably didn't go nowhere.
Yeah, could have, whatever.
Never heard of him.
Exactly.
Dang.
But the biggest thing was you get so wrapped up in that it's D1 or nothing, D1 or bust, or this and that. Man, if you play college football, if you play football after high school, you're in a small percentage of people.
1%.
Right. And so, you can make it from anywhere. You just have to put in the work and really seize all your opportunities and make your own opportunities, because nobody's going to, in the real world, nobody's going to help you. I mean, people will help you, but people aren't going to do the work for you.
No.
They're not going to, no one's going to work harder than you for what you want. And that's what you have to be sure of.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm learning something again. Look at you. How you learn something every day, man. I love it, man. That heart and determination, because you was unstoppable in high school. So understand, it's levels to everything. And as you see, you said you sit ready to get some great competition, great athletes, but the character or whatever is missing, you got to try to fix that. And I see you on the right path. I love it, man.
I appreciate it, Coach.
So what's up, man?
Oh, man.
Tell them about your day in the life of Jay.
Oh, yeah. No, so I'm working on my my own little channel. I'm doing day in the lives. I'm gonna be doing workouts outside of football. Just doing like a little footwork on the field too. Just really just giving people an insight of what I'm doing at Quincy and what a lot of D2 college football players are doing.
Nice.
Oh yes, put a little flavor on there so you're not bored, but just a good time, sharing my time with you.
Are you still cooking them hamburgers?
Man, I forgot to talk about it. Oh yeah,
Juco life. Don't leave that out, please.
I was at the Juco. Oh man, so like I said, it's a small town, so you got a lot of townies. I mean, they have all the jobs, like all the Walmart jobs. I think you could slide in at McDonald's. There's a couple people that got to slide in at McDonald's, but even then, there was just no jobs up there.
Really? So
I mean, most of the people they doing all types of stuff, and I'm trapping whatever it takes. And so my trap was, I see all these people walking around, eyes low, and all of a sudden they're hungry. I'm like, man, and the calf is horrible. Like, oh man, Marty, I'm telling you, Coach, it was the worst food. I remember there was days I like walk in there, see it, and I couldn't help it, but I get mad, and I would try to calm down, but it's like a whole day of nothing going on. Like
So what? So tell me, what did you do? I need to hear this.
I get a griddle from Walmart, $20.
Hey.
I do that, and then my parents sent some money up for me to get some food. So instead of going to grabbing some snacks, I go grab some hamburger meat, some little buns, some cheese.
Okay.
And then with the extra money, I go up there, I go get some little candy bars, like the whole little Reese's, whole Snickers. And so
you set up shop.
Yeah, I put it was a little sign on my door, J-Bo Shop.
Stop.
Oh yeah. I said, don't knock on my door after midnight. So
what was you selling, man?
Oh man, I had all the chips. I had all the candy. I'm selling cheeseburgers. I start doing chicken sandwiches, walking tacos.
Stop it.
I'm doing all this, and then I got Sprites. I'm selling Sprites by the bottle.
Boy, you heard me.
And
right
then
now.
Capri Suns, Kool-Aid Jammers. I had the mini fridge in there. Oh yeah.
Don't mean to tell me, did it work out for you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Every night. It was almost every night people would come in there asking me if I'm cooking tonight. I'm like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So like my girl, she stayed at Iowa State.
Okay.
And so that's like 45 minutes away from where my school was.
Yeah, ain't no
so
way.
I'm like, man, need some gas money. I'm like, hey, pull up. I'm making hamburgers. Selling things like $5 a pop.
And people had money to buy food.
Oh yeah, everybody got $5.
They got and they loving it.
They find it somewhere.
Oh, they gonna get some money.
Oh
man.
yeah, so they give me a little $5, cash at me, whatever it take. Oh yeah.
So how much did that help you in college?
Oh, a whole lot. That's how I was getting any money.
Really?
Yeah, there's no jobs up there.
Man, that's
so the only way I'm gonna get money.
That's that grinding.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, my boys used to cut hair in the locker rooms or in their dorm rooms. So you start selling hamburgers.
Yeah, no, I wish I learned how to cut some hair. I'm still kind of working on it. But we had this dude.
So you ain't got to sell no hamburgers at Quincy?
No.
J-Bo Shop ain't popping no more?
No, I mean, so there's enough around. Because that was the thing. In Ellsworth and Iowa Falls, you have McDonald's, Subway.
Really?
Dairy Queen.
That's it?
I mean, you have a couple like local, like you got like, what was it, Chinese food place?
So,
but I'm from St. Charles. But when I go get my Chinese food, go across the river. And so, I have a standard for Chinese food. And so eating that, I was like, oh, no, it's fried rice.
So the food
it's light.
game was popping.
Oh, yeah. So you do that.
That's awesome.
It was good times.
I couldn't leave that story out, man.
Oh, yeah.
You told me about that.
I know. I be forgetting about it. And people are like, oh, remember when you had the shop? I'm like, oh, man, I did. I did have it. But, yeah.
All right, man. Well, tell people about your channel, man, and where they can find you. And we're going to hook up pretty soon again.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, I'm just posting videos, just talking about my workouts, talking about, where I'm moving, because I have a super packed schedule just between class, work, and football. We're going in and out of meetings, we're having practice, weights, all that stuff. And you gotta get extra stuff if you want to be better. You know what I mean? While you're sleeping, somebody's creeping. Shout out to my pops. Yes, he always say that. But
watch out, no cap.
But yeah, so I mean that's pretty much all I'm posting on there. At the end of this video, I got a little picture edit I'll go ahead. I just made. It's got my TikTok, it's got my Instagram on there. And so, you can find me on, nobody knows _ J-Bo. That's my Instagram. And then Juice and J is my TikTok.
Hey, hit that like button with that No Cap Sports Talk.
Oh yeah, get on No Cap.
And me and my man will be back at y'all again. So keep it in mind. No cap.
No cap. No cap.